Hello, I'm Deborah Moxom. I am the lead researcher on the Alexandra Bedspread. The bedspread was donated in 1950 to Salford Borough Council. It had been won by a family in 1923 called the Collins family. They had had it in their private ownership until 1950 when they donated it to Salford. And since then it has been in and out of a cupboard at Salford Borough Council, appearing at various locations in Loughborough. The bedspread was made by a group of people here in Loughborough. Mrs. Frances Bond was the lady who organised it, but people came along and signed their signature, and then young girls embroidered those signatures onto the material, and at a later date it was sewn together. I don't know who put it all together eventually. The Alexandra Bedspread was created for fundraising for the building of the Carillon Tower here in Loughborough, which is our war memorial. Everybody paid a shilling to sign the bedspread, and there are 510 signatures on it. It was then won at a grand bazaar, which again people paid to guess the weight of the tower, and the person closest to that weight won the bedspread. The bedspread doesn't appear in the Carillon Tower here in Loughborough that it was made for, because it's unfortunate the tower is not heated or temperature controlled, and this being a fabric, it needs to be in a temperature controlled environment. It would need a proper case built for it, and unfortunately none of the walls in the tower are actually big enough to hold the bedspread. The bedspread has lots of interesting names, obviously the main one being Queen Alexandra, that the bedspread is named for. She was the Queen Mother at the time she signed the bedspread. Her son George V was on the throne. We also have Winston Churchill on the bedspread. He wasn't an MP at the time he signed, but one of his very close friends, Edward Spears, was the MP for Loughborough, and we believe it's through their connection that Winston Churchill signed. Edward Spears, as I said, was our MP. He'd served in the First World War. He was a Brigadier General. He was here at the opening ceremony of the Carillon Tower, along with his wife Mary Spears, who was an American authoress and war poet, and she had served as a nurse on the French front line during the First World War. We also have more local names, as Herbert Morris, who owned Morris Cranes, and I have 38 of his workers and directors on the bedspread as well. We also have Lord Corshaw, who comes from Wotton House at Long Wotton. We have Violet Rutland, the Duchess of Rutland from Belvoir Castle. But we also have lots of local shopkeepers, teachers, doctors, all with a story to tell about the First World War and their lives here in Loughborough.